Welcome to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we speak up and speak out about all taboo topics and make them normal and acceptable. You are invited to be curious, to try something new, and stay open to provocative perspectives. I'm your host, Simona Spark, a best-selling author, international speaker, transformational coach, and so many other things. Beyond anything else, I'm a woman who stopped following other people's rules and started creating my own. In this space, we are going to get naked by stripping away insecurities, self-judgments, and all kinds of limitations so we can reach in for the essence of who we really are, Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving. Thanks for listening. Let's start with celebration. So,
cheers!
Welcome back, everyone. Celebrating, everyone. Today, it's a super hot day. So we celebrate with water, hydration. And so excited. We have our first guest on our podcast. Welcome, Abigail.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. There is a super long bio about Abigail, but go in the description. We're gonna have the link to her amazing Unleash Your Hearts.
Hearts Unleashed. Yep.
Hearts Unleashed. See, I already messed it up. Hearts Unleashed podcast, and to her website. And please go and open every page because this girl is doing some shit in the world and making some changes. But we will get back to what she does and what's her mission, and we'll let her tell her. But for now, let's just say welcome.
Thank you. We've known each other probably going on 2 years now, and
counting.
Yeah, 2 years and counting, and it's just always fun to be able to connect with you in whatever capacity. So I'm really happy to be here, sharing my heart with your audience.
Thank you for saying yes. So here's the thing. In this space, we just want to take all taboo topics, whomever told us that what topics are taboo and whatever we learn, and just normalize them. So in this space, having you here and knowing a little bit about your work with writing, like Abigail, it's a published author. She's an amazing writer. I could not have published my book without her help and support. You saw her before in my space at my summit last year, raising my voice. And then through her podcast and through her coaching one-on-one and in groups and programs and many other things that she's creating, she's helping people to unleash their own hearts. And as we talked about this before many times, that work starts with self. So share with us, how do you unleash your own heart, my girl?
Excruciatingly. The journey is I'm going to start by saying I call myself a clarity coach when someone's asking me about my services or my work. My areas of expertise are emotional intelligence and subconscious reprogramming. And I cannot do that work with people without having done it with and for myself, with my own coaches and mentors, my spiritual guides. And so unleashing my heart looks like a constant, ever evolving journey of looking deeper, looking within. Especially a big shift for me in my life was growing up. I was always looking outside of me for validation, for answers, for love, for support. And then I had to start looking inward. When a lot of things fell apart for me, I went through divorce, I relocated, there was a lot of different aspects to my journey, but ultimately it was being willing to be very exposed through the journey. So very bare, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, showing up in the online space, I've always felt called to be a speaker. Like I've had these visions of speaking to thousands of people, whether that be virtually or in person. But I've always known to just show up and share my truth. And so a lot of people have quite literally watched me evolve in front of their very eyes because if you just look back at my years of content, that's what you'll witness is the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is not curated. I'm here with a t-shirt and a ponytail and all my office on my bed, right? Because this is who I am. This is how I am. And I'm not going to I spent a lot of time pretending to be further than I was or more achieved or at least striving for that. And then realizing like I can just be me and that's okay.
Mm. And how much freedom and how effortless that way of being is when
Mm,
we are on the other side, right? Because as you say excruciating, and
yes.
I really resonate with that because it takes courage, it takes some serious balls to
Mm,
go through the pain, to pull it out, to look at it, to deal with the damn thing. But then it's so freaking rewarding. Like on the other side, it's just like, oh, wait a minute. What? Wait, I don't need to pretend anymore. Wait,
mm.
I don't need to be concerned about if people like me or not. Why? As we talked in a previous episode, you guys, those of you that are come back here and you saw the last episode, is like we don't care if people like us, not as much because I like me.
Mhm. Mm. I am
I'm good with myself. I'm loving myself. And as you say, and I thank you for sharing that. I think people don't speak about that enough, or they don't recognize it publicly. How much we put our happiness, our love, and feeling love and feeling happy on others, on external circumstances and people, and it's like, oh, he didn't call me, he must not love me, and then we went all the way in and make a big hairy scary thing out of it. It's like, oh, I'm not worthy, and it's just like we self-traumatize.
yes. Yes.
We self-traumatize. So there's other way of doing things. So now we kind of go deep into the thing, and let's come out of there and let's just like strip away all that and be in our own beautiful bareness and nakedness. And can you share with us a little bit about the concept of being naked emotionally? Because I
Yeah.
think that's what most of people, we are like really um, develop sophisticated strategy to hide behind that, right?
Mhm. That's so funny because as you were speaking, I was taking notes, and then your question kind of goes right into that, which is like being naked, bare, exposed. It might be scary or feel vulnerable, but it's not as hard as maintaining the facade, the pretend, right? So I would much rather feel scared and be myself, be totally authentic than like I wrote exhausting and unfulfilling because you might have this really pretty picture of a life and everybody's like, ooh, ah, ooh. Like even online, the online world is so good for this because we can curate what our life looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a behind the scenes to that. And so if we're just raw about I'm struggling, I'm not doing all right, things are hard right now, or I'm experiencing sadness, I'm going through separation, like whatever that is, we're allowed to bring that to the table. And so what it's been like to be naked emotionally is what you said, so rewarding, so worth it. There's it's rewarding and worth it. And I know that I know me best and
you
that
know you know all your secrets.
yes, and most people know all of my secrets. And so I have nothing to hide. I don't have to work hard to keep anything up, right? There's that maintenance of a certain look or lifestyle can be utterly exhausting. And so I just really love showing up emotionally naked because it means I have granted myself permission to be what some people I don't even feel messy. I just feel like me. Some people might call that messy because they're used to a more pristine. A big transition, and I hope this helps any one person, but I was going to a lot of conferences for speakers and writers, authors, and it's a certain industry where it's a pretty competitive, the coaching industry, the depending on what vibe you're into. And so I was going to these conferences, it suits, blouses, fluorescent lighting, heels, hair done, earrings in. And it's just not me. And I'm a speaker, I'm a healer, I'm a coach, but I belong in like a forest or or at least in someone's backyard or on a couch with somebody, so I can have the most epic and quantum shifts and with myself or with someone else on a couch in our PJs than on a stage in front of thousands of seats. And so it's really breaking up this understanding of what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, and to not make that other scene bad either, because that fits a certain kind of person and I'm not necessarily one of them. And so,
And that's it though. That's it. It's
yeah,
like you get into a space where you are so good with who you are as you are
yeah,
that we no longer have judgment about
yeah,
what other people are as they are.
yes,
And I just want to circle back to when you talk about secrets. I think for me, and I see it with my clients as well, the whole idea when I say, well, you know your own secrets, and that's like exhausting, right?
yeah,
Because you try to keep it in a hiding. But when we fully come out, like bare, like this is who I am, damn it. This is how
yeah,
I look like, this is how I speak. Yes, I mispronounce things. Yes, things are coming out wrong, and this is who I am.
yes, yes,
Then I no longer need to have secrets.
yes, yes,
Like the
thousand,
secrets, they're gone. It doesn't exist in my vocabulary. They don't exist in my life.
yes. And no
I have
one
no need
can
for it.
no one can pin you up for anything or make fun of you like, oh, you talk wrong. It's like, yeah, English is my second language. Of course I do, right? Like let's not who are we fooling here? Nobody. We don't have to pretend.
But you know, I like when you talk about the spaces of how we used to be, because we grow up with this mentality. You're supposed to behave like this in that space. You're supposed to dress like that in the other space and whatever. Um, and this is the energy in here with the bear lifestyle, to strip away the titles, the um I don't care how much money you have in your bank account. I don't care what brand is your t-shirt that you're wearing. Like those are the labels. They don't belong here, because when we strip away the labels, is like we threw away so many things that we used to hide behind, right? And people will be people, and they'll be where they'll be. I love that you talk about media, and if you don't mind, I would like to expand a little bit on that,
Mhm.
because like I'm doing this VIP weekends with clients. They are flying in, and then we spend 4 days together, and we go deep into the beer experience and the beer work, and then we close everything with a full day at the Korean nude spa. So we are actually naked, looking into each other's vaginas and whatnot, and have all the conversations about what's happening with our bodies and how can we love that part that we just deny that is there. And when I make a post about it, I was shocked at how many people message me about it. But here's the thing though, on the private channels.
Yep.
So you have something bad to say about what I do with my life and how I live my life. Like I have the transparency and the courage to put it out there for people to look, there is other way of doing life. And then you have something bad to say about it, but you're not doing publicly, as I did. You contact me on a private channels. And I want for the audience to hear that as like, what is it in your life? Where in your life you are hiding in that way? You are hiding behind the idea, I'm just wanna, whatever the introduction is. With all my love, I just wanna tell you my opinion about this. Like, girl, I didn't ask.
Yes. I hear you
How
loud.
much of that emotional and triggering um, experience has to do with the receiver and not the one that put the thing online? What do you
That
think?
well, that I think that's a perfect way that you said and asked that because when you've exposed that when there's no skeletons in your closet, somebody can't really intimidate you, or again, projecting their opinion doesn't have such a negative impact. Because I will tell you, I have gotten feedback about, what are you doing exposing yourself online? What is, that it's embarrassing to be connected to you, or there, I've had different kind of feedback about that, and
Are you talking about your naked picture in the mountains
yeah,
that I love
exactly.
so much? And
A
I want to
four,
congratulate you for showing
thank
us your butt.
thank you. A 4-hour naked hike and in Joshua Tree, and it was just epic. And I love being nude. I love there being nothing, no fabric, no anything, no barrier between me and the frequency of nature. So, and
Mm,
the whole post was around around how, specifically in America, we've sexualized the body. And
mhm.
so we aren't able to get all of the wisdom from nudity, or from those transmissions, right? And so I got a lot, people, men particularly, started hitting on me, and took that as an invitation to make that approach, right?
Mhm.
Or just like, oh God, what is she doing now? Or like, oh, so there's that embarrassed factor for people, or what they're embarrassed of. But that's what their relationship with nudity is, or their
Yes.
relationship with exposure. So when they bring that to me, I don't have to take that in and internalize it as mine. So what I mean by that is, I don't need them making me wrong to actually make me wrong. And so that's
Mm,
one level of discomfort. However, if someone projects on me and it triggers me, I take that as my own invitation, saying, where am I still, my muscles aren't strong. Like, if that can bother me, then I still have an insecurity hiding out. So I explore it. That's unleashing my power.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So for those of you that didn't see the trigger episode, thank you for bringing that, Miss Abigail. Go back. It's in a season one. I don't know the number, but it's called Loving My Triggers. And that is the point, is like the trigger. It's not something to fear of anymore. Triggers, it's just another signal for me to look in
Mm,
and pull out of that part that needs some attention, some compassion, some love, some um, whatever is needed, right? So it's
yes.
like, yeah, I'm a trigger junkie. I will say that. Like, if nothing triggers me anymore, I'm gonna go and look for them. It's like, well, what's happening? Like, because I know that I'm not done, and I know that I'm not perfect, and I know that I'm not over, and we always ever evolving.
Mhm.
So we do have the tendency to put ourselves into a safe space or isolating, especially when we run, virtual businesses, and most of the connections are here through the screen.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, but when you were out last time, did you go and be with people? Because people will trigger you.
Yep. Yeah, they sure will. They that, and you can go right out, or you can put yourself out online. That's the current. I'm actually shifting in a transition right now, where I realized, so I'm not afraid to ask for 5, 10, 15, 50, 60, $100,000 from a client, right? For the work that I know I'm very skilled at doing. And online, now I've seen different ways that I've played small or stayed small to sort of control my audience, control the outcomes. And so, like, if I were to go viral, or let's say on YouTube, so I'm living van life right now and I'm putting that out into the world, well, that expands my audience to a conversation and a group of people that are not involved in transformation. So I might get a very untransformed and unsolicited feedback about my life or lifestyle. But there were times where I tried to control that, so I would just play or stay smaller. Now I get to go even further. And so, even in the virtual world, like, you want to get triggered, put yourself out there, or make a bold statement. Like you said, looking into each other's vaginas, like, oh, or people just have to say something about something when they know very little about the topic. Can you handle someone's limited perspective and then projection or feedback
Yes.
without spiraling into an existential crisis?
Yes, because it's just another thing. Oh, I know who I am. This
Yes,
cannot touch me. If it
1000%.
does, it's like, oh, I still have a little bit of work to do around this one.
Yep.
So I love that though. And It's not surprising to me that you're in this space, and this is how we stay connected for years, because we talk here, there, but the last time I saw your face probably was a year ago.
Yeah, probably because it's fascinating the way that time just goes by. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
That's a whole nother
But
episode of time not being real.
what I really took from that, and I want to stress that to our audience to pay attention to, is um, even that idea of controlling our audience or our clients or our friends or whatever you extend it to any space that you identify yourself with, it's exhausting,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So when we just be ourselves and you do you, that's what the thing is, though, to see how the things are shifting and around you, because there is that saying that just make a decision, be clear about it, start walking that path, and the whole freaking universe is gonna change to calibrate to you. I
Yes.
truly believe that.
Yes.
This bear work, I never say it publicly, this is the opportunity, is I saw how everything gets shifting in my business, like clients that I thought they're going to stay with me forever, they're gone. People that I never dream of working with, they want to work with me. And it's just people that contact me, and like the whole relations are changing. And it's scary though, for a minute. It's like, what's happening? But then it's like, wait a minute, what changed was me.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes the other way around too. Do you want to change something about it? You need to change, and the things will change with you. There is
And
no other way.
you know what's really fascinating about that? A lot of people are they're doing a lot of hard, laborious work to change the world and others. And you hardly have to lift a finger to change yourself and watch everything automatically shift and change. So there's so much less work, like, again, physical labor or the efforting to really just go inward and do that work. And then mystically, magically, all the co-creative components seem to just move and change without your heavy lifting anymore. And so I as far as people being magical and mystical, do the inner work and watch how rapidly life changes around you.
Yes, yes. Oh, I'm into that. Do you guys hear that? Please hear that. If you only take one thing for this episode, life gets to be easy, and it's starting with you. But really, I think that the most important thing there is being honest with yourself,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
learn step by step, little by little, how to love yourself. It's all you have to do. I'm like, God, I feel personally in my business, I feel that I wasted at least 3 years, but it's never a waste, and that's a separate conversation, of trying so hard to do the right thing in the right way, how they supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I only dropped that because I was so freaking tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what do I do here? I'm like, oh, I actually want to build a business around me and not the other way around. So how the hell I'm gonna do that? Well, I need to follow my own rules. But what are my own rules? Well, I need to find them out. And then some are working, some are not, and so on and so on. And it's like, oh wait, it actually doesn't feel like work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying we all have just one purpose, and it's the same one: to be happy.
And to be the most you, right? Like, because of course you will be happy, right? But find out who the heck you are and be that
Be
all
that.
the way. Yeah.
That's your only job, to be yourself.
Yeah. That's it. You'll get paid that way. You'll get celebrated that way. You'll be loved that way.
You'll be attract the people that actually love for who you are that
Yep.
way.
Yep. And that's what's really confusing. We work really hard to attract people, but then we have to keep up whatever we did to attract it, and it's inauthentic. And that, I would love to leave people with that statement, which is anything that is inauthentic or unaligned will just disintegrate. It will fall apart, and you'll be gripping it so tightly, and you can't do anything to keep something that's inauthentic together, because it's not for the highest good of all.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. It might work. It might bring you the million or
Yep.
whatever. It
Yep.
actually could 100% work, but it's not
Yep.
sustainable.
Exactly. Exactly. It will work for a time, and then it will be expired.
So I know that we are coming to a closing, and yeah, I will have you back because we have so many things to talk about.
I love it. Thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to be back.
But I just want to close in just we take a few more minutes to talk about being single again after multiple marriages, so we connect there as well.
Yes.
And do you date?
Not right now. In fact, I fight them off with a stick. Especially, right? Because when you're open, you're vulnerable, you're available energetically, it's like a bug to a light, right? And so I have to communicate like, thank you, and I really love my own company, right? And so but yes, I'm not actively dating. I love my own company. The last 3-4 months, so I went to Costa Rica for 2 months, and I truly uncovered what an introvert I am. And the most basic way I want to say that is an introvert is energized by alone time, and an extrovert is energized by people. No right, wrong, good, bad about that, right? It's not about characteristics. I am an introvert. And so I am really evaluating what I want, which is alone time right now. And so it actually is like, the idea of being in a relationship is quite like, no, yeah, I'm happy. So I'm doing the van life, and I'm building out a van to be able to travel. So I'm really enjoying this like level of energetic and emotional space and physical space. So space is really the most important thing to me right now. So yeah.
All right. Well, I will I'm dying to have a conversation about that for when and if you're gonna get into the space of dating, because I think there are not enough conversation about that taboo topic, when we are whatever the labels, mature woman, or you know who you are, so now you're intimidating and you scare men away. Like I started from there. Like I've been watching like how people in a date, I am dating, and it's just like, oh, he's not mature enough. So I was the one placing the judgment of like, oh, he's feeling intimidating, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I need to clean up my own energy, because once again, this is who I am, and if I'm clear of who I am and I know who I am, I show up 100% a bear. There is no other way than just attracting the person that it's matching that.
Yes. I'm such a believer of being on your path, and that he or she will manifest. And I mean, they'll be so obvious to you at that point. So it's
right.
That would be a
as you say, for now, like, yes, I 100% enjoy my time. I do enjoy dating. It's just, it feels, it's another freedom. I declare myself like, what's the word? A bachelor for now.
Bachelorette.
I have zero interest in going into a relationship, but I'm still allowing myself to have fun and have sex and meet other people and have different experiences, and just be fully present in a moment. But that alone, though, too, is like, what's the freedom of letting go that you don't have to date the guy, marry the guy, divorce the guy, that you don't have to you divorced a year ago or so, why you not dating anybody? It's like, no, I get to do whatever feels right to me.
That's right. I love it. And also redefining what dating means, like you said, or what relationship means, because there are people who are in a relationship who don't live together, who don't see each other but once a month, so it's like you really do get to define what a relationship even consists of, and what dating consists of. So I think that's the phase of humanity we're in, is dismantling all of the rules or the way things are, or what's what. We are just completely dismantling that.
Yes, I love it. But again, we could only do that for ourselves if we unleash our own heart first, and really figure out, like, tapping into our own bear, like really feel that I'm beautiful and worthy, really feel and truly believe that this is who I am, showing up authentically, expressing what I think and what I'm feeling. So
I would love to share something. It's from my third book, Alchemizing Judgment, A Guide Back to Love. And I share this a lot in my self mastery course, which is when you master yourself, you master humanity. So, like when you know you best, you can witness somebody in their stuff and really get them, like truly from compassion. And it, again, we don't need to make anybody right or wrong, good, better, no hierarchy. It's like, I truly understand why you'd be acting that way or speaking that way or behave, whatever. And
mhm.
so, master yourself, unleash your own heart, and you will be so connected to each and every person because you are them and they are you, that there is no separation. We're all Bear.
I love it. I
I
love
love
it. Or RuPaul says we are all born naked and the rest is drag.
I love it. That's great.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, the wisdom. I'm inviting everyone to really open the description, and I'm also going to put there the links to your books. If you ever want to write a book, this is the person to contact.
Yes.
If you have your book
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what to do with it, this is the person to contact.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will let you close us up, and then we just celebrate the audience as well, and then we get the hell out of here.
All right. Thank you so much. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you for tuning in today. I would love to hear from you. What inspired you? What triggered you? And what interests you? Please join the conversation by leaving your comments and your insights. Explore more about their experience at simonaspark.com/bear. I hope you listen, follow, rate, and review all of our episodes. I can't wait to have you back. Till then, be Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving.